Welcome to African Black Psychology in the American Context. I'm Dr. Nico Slater Saura. It's good to revisit this concept and components related to ancient Kemet. Wanted to begin today looking at images of ancient Kemetic people. Oftentimes, we see views of Kemet or people in ancient Kemet / Egypt. Remember, that's the colonized name of ancient Kemet. We oftentimes see images of people in Kemet that don't show African people with a, how you call it? That doesn't show African people with, where you can identify or know that they are of African descent. A part of that phenomenon has been the goal to erase African people or Afroid features from the victories of Kemet. So I wanted to start out with this picture where you can see some folks who are on tombs in ancient Kemet and a Kemetic princess. And there's a comparison between her and Senegalese women of modern times. You can see, based on the facial features and even the design of the hair, that she looks like modern day Senegalese woman. So we've talked a little bit about Kemet, and we want to continue. Right, if I can figure this thing out. Oh, yeah. We want to continue discussing concepts related to ancient Kemet, especially the things that are significant. So there are some significant rulers in Kemet. Last mini lecture, we looked at some of the dynasties and emphasized some of the golden ages. So this time we want to take a look at some of the significant contributions of those leaders and in ancient Kemet. So the first golden age was where Upper and Lower Kemet were united, and we had different builders who were significant in terms of establishing great structures. So again, in Kemet, we are talking about dark skin, Black people, melanated, those with African features, meaning large nose or wide nose, thick lips, beautiful chocolate skin, and curly coiled hair. So in the first golden age, King Menes was responsible for helping to unite Upper and Lower Egypt. Zoshar, we'll take a look at. He looks kind of cute. All right. Imhotep was his chief advisor, and we'll talk a little bit about Imhotep later as well. Khufu built the Great Pyramid, and I believe, laser pointer, here we go. This is Khufu's pyramid, because you can tell with Khufu's pyramid, we still see the structure well put together, and it has not disintegrated. So if you consider thousands of years, thousands and thousands and thousands of years that the structure is still in place, that is actually very amazing for the exterior structure to still be in place. Khafre pyramid with the Great Sphinx, which we'll take a look at in a moment, and Menkaure. That's all the first golden age. So when we break down the golden ages as well, you'll see where there are periods of greatness that have happened, meaning great literary period, all these very key things that happened in a lot of the golden ages. There was the building of temples and tombs and things like that, which were very significant. So you think about, you built this very large or giant structure, and people came to visit it, that would be significant for that particular region. Second golden age, some of the rulers were Senwerset. And we also have the Egyptian names. So you'll see Khufu, going back to Khufu, Cheops, and Khafre being Sephren. In the third golden age, we have Amos, Kamos, I believe is how to pronounce it, Hatshepsut, which is the boss. We talked about the big boss lady, Hatshepsut. Akhenaten, and Ramses II. Now, this is just a little bit about me. I used to think Akhenaten was fine. Like, literally, I started looking into and studying Egyptology, not really as a youngster, like in high school. I used to read acquire and read Egyptology texts on the bus headed to high school. Anyways, I thought Akhenaten, who's the son of Amenhotep III, was fine. Not just cute. I thought he was fine. So in my mind, I was going to marry somebody that was like Akhenaten. And most recently, this past year, I found an elder who looks just in Tallahassee, who looks just like Akhenaten. So I have now decided that me and Akhenaten broke up, and he is no longer fine because he looked like one of the elders in our community. So I'm done. Like, shut it down. Shut it all the way down. Shut it down. So anyway, third golden age. That's a little bit about me, Dr. Mom Nico. Third golden age. Make sure you take note of all of the significant rulers. Moving on to the fourth golden age, we have Shabaka as well as Pianki, who were significant in terms of contributions to ancient Kemet. These time periods in their contributions are important because we can still see the impact of their efforts and their work in modern times. Like, you can get on a plane and go to Kemet / Egypt and see Khufu's pyramid. That's crazy. You can even see Khafre's pyramid, but what you'll find is that they shot off the nose to disfigure the and not allow the image to have or show the significant African features. Remember, I talked about Akhenaten. So my new boo is Zosher. Don't he look cute? Like, if you fill in the nose and the face, he looked like he was a strong, good looking, dark skinned African man. So again, oftentimes you'll see where the nose has been removed, so they don't have to give credit to the African part of it, because, as we mentioned, there's an historical effort to erase Africa's contributions to the world. This shows Zosher's pyramid, and hopefully I'm pronouncing it well. I have a friend who's really into language, Medu Nature, so I always defer to him. Anyway, so golden ages, remember I said we were noting the phenomenon of the things that happen in the golden ages. So in the first of the sixth dynasty, language, pyramid, and temple architecture. So we looked at some of those pyramids and temples that were built. We talked about Khufu, Khafre, all of their temples and pyramids. We also have the science and medicine. So we don't give Africa credit, or we don't hear people giving credit to Africa, scholars really giving credit to Africa, and most importantly, dark-skinned African people for contributions. So in ancient Kemet, there was an emphasis on higher education and military, and that's significant because African people have made a significant contribution to the world. The second golden age, and you'll note that each one of these are very similar, but it's through these specific time periods, which we'll see before the Common Era, 2600 BCE, the 11th through the 12th dynasty, another time period of literature and literary age, science, medicine, higher education, military. Third golden age saw again temple architecture. So we have it with the first, the third, and the fourth golden ages. And so in the third golden age, education, science, medicine, military, and in the fourth golden age, between the 25th and 26th dynasty, we highlight this a lot because a lot happened during the time period to bring or unite Kemet before, and this was a strong period, so before the decline began. So during this time we had some significant contributions. This is former Bay, which is Akhenaten. We broke up. And but he was cute, but now he looked, all I could see is, quite frankly, Baba Olusegun. If you know Baba Olusegun, if you look at that, he looked just like Akhenaten. I'm over it. This is Khufu, I believe. And I also wanted to note the headdress, because everything means something, and the headdress was significant. And you would see symbols at the top or some form of an animal, which talked about, and then how long, understand how long the beard component was made. It was significant. So make sure you take note of those very significant things. All right. So that completes our discussions on the golden periods. Next mini series will talk about language and writing. Thank you.